Hello everyone, welcome back to my Unreal Engine tutorial series, and today I'm going to work on shooting or firing arrows. So as you can see here, when I press my left mouse button, the arrow is released and another arrow is drawn from the quiver. So this is the part that I'm going to do today, and I still have to implement the arrow direction, fix the arrow direction, and also I need to fix the other things like hitting the arrow. Okay, so that's what I'm going to do today. And as always, this episode is sponsored by these generous Patreons. Thank you very much for the support you guys are giving me. Alright, so let's get started with the 𝐶𝐻_human, and in here under bow and arrow, when I equip the bow, I set this bow equipped variable to true. So I'm going to use that inside this attack input action, because I'm going to use the same attack button, that means left mouse click for the arrow shooting as well. Just like for normal attacks, when I am equipped with the bow, when I press left mouse button, I will shoot arrows. So here I'll do a branch and bow equipped. We can check it like this. If that is true, I need to use the bow logic, and same should go here as well. Right, I'll collapse this part because those are melee attacks. To keep it clean, I'll collapse. Okay, melee attacks. Right, now if this one is true, that means I have to shoot arrows. So how should we do that? Well, here we need to do two things. We need to eject my arrow from the bow and also bow animation. So let's do the bow animation part first. So for that, I need to go into the bow. So I am implementing this BPI weapon interface on the weapons. So let's see if we have a suitable function to fire arrows. It seems I don't have. Right, so I'll add one called fire. And this fire event doesn't make any sense for melee weapons, it only makes sense for the bow. So under the bow, I'll implement the fire event right here, event fire. And when I call the fire event, I should play the the firing animation of the bow, and I have created this animation montage, and I should play this release part, that means this part. But unfortunately, actually I'm not using a animation blueprint for this bow skeletal mesh, so therefore I'll duplicate this animation montage and I'll call it bow fire. And how can I close these parts? No, I don't know. Yeah, I'll delete this one and create a new animation montage for fire. That's easy. And I'll start the animation from this part and this part. So the length of the animation is 0.6, so I'll start from 0.41. 0.4. Okay, so this is the animation, right? I'll play that bow fire animation in here. Get the bow, play animation, bow fire. Right, that part is done. Now I have to use or call that event here. Where is the bow? We can get the BP bow like this and get child actor and then fire. Alright, let's see how it looks. Okay, now I'm going to click left. Right, as you just saw, that animation worked. It was too slow. And I can't speed it up here. Let me see. Play rate. We have the play rate here. Okay, maybe this will work. Let's see. Oh. No. Okay, let's use the other node. Play montage. I don't need this one. And the play rate should be 2 or 3. And montage is fire. Compile. Let's see again. Still too slow. Why is that? Alright, the real problem is this one. So here I have this blend in part of this fire animation montage, and I have a 0.25 blend in time. So because of this I don't get a fast arrow release animation, so I'll make this one 0. Now it should work. Right, it did work. Right, now the next part is releasing or firing the arrow object. So how to do that? Well, mm, well, inside this I have created this arrow blueprint. So here I'll create a custom event called fire. So here I'll set this what I want to try is set this object to enable physics and give some velocity. Alright, so let's implement this method like this. Get arrow. First I have set this to no collision. I see before enabling physics simulation I need to set this to set collision enabled with physics only. Let's use physics only. And then set simulate physics and set simulate to true, and after that we need to set velocity, set all physics linear velocity. Right, let's use this. And so the velocity should be into the forward direction. Well, it should be a little bit different for the player character because it should go towards the reticle in the middle of the screen, but for now I'll just use the forward direction. Self forward, get forward vector, and this is a unit vector, so therefore I need to multiply this with some constant. Let's use 10,000, I don't know. Right, now we need to call this fire event from here. Yeah, before all that, just like this fire, and make sure you are using this fire event, not this one. This comes from the weapon blueprint interface, and we haven't implemented that in here because arrow is kind of not like a weapon. It's a part of a weapon, something like a bullet or ammo, so that's why I did not implement weapon blueprint in there, but you can do it that way as well. So before that I need to make sure that I have an arrow object at my hand, so we can use 𝐒𝐿valid here like this. Right, now let's see. Okay, we have the arrow, let's release it. Okay, arrow went somewhere, not sure where exactly it went. Let's try upward. Right, it went up rotating, as you can see. Yeah, and that's not the exact way I want it to happen. Alright, but that's all I'm going to do for today, because in the next episode I'm gonna fix it so that it will not be rotating, it will go in a straight line. Actually not a straight line, a curved line more right, because with the distance the arrow should have a drop. Okay, and after releasing one arrow I should equip another arrow, so maybe I can do that part now. before fixing the arrow direction. So actually I have already done that, equipping another arrow part here in this draw arrow method. So yeah, I'll just define a custom event here called draw arrow. Should I implement this inside this BBI character? Yeah, maybe that would be better. Because drawing arrow is something all the characters, I mean not like animals, human characters can do. So let's implement that method like this and point it to the same place. Alright, now I need to call that draw arrow function from here. With a delay. Let's add a delay like 0.5 second and draw arrow. Okay, let's see how it looks. It's not working actually. Well, it is working, only the drawing arrow montage part is not working. Montage of the character. Right. The reason for that my hands stays still is that I am still in the aiming mode when I ask again to draw arrow. So when I am in the aiming mode, my montages are overridden by this part. Where is it? Here, by this animation, my upper body montage parts are overridden. So therefore, I need to call enable aim in mode with the false here before calling this draw arrow part. Okay, let's try again now. Right, now it draws another arrow once that arrow is released. But here we have some problems, like my camera is kind of moving back to the normal position and comes again when the arrow is equipped. Let's fix those problems later. Anyway, and that's all I want to do for today, and tomorrow let's work on arrow hits, and also I need to add some trail to the arrow so that the player can clearly see where the arrow is going. And also I want to work on the I want to fix the direction of the where the arrow is moving. And if you like to support my work, you can get the membership of my Patreon club, and depending on the tier you join, you will have different privileges. Also, when my arrow mechanisms are cleaned up, I'll post another source code update here. Okay, goodbye and see you in the next episode.